electrical pollution, there's this cool device you can use to measure that. I've been playing with it, just walking around my house, measuring things here and there. I was even measuring this morning my iPod to see if there was a difference because I've got a few different versions of these waterproofed iPods that I use because I love to swim, listen to things while I swim. So I have this device called an acoustometer, and it's very simple to use. You just kind of hold it near to any device or any area that you're kind of curious about kind of how much electricity is coming off of it. Particularly, and I forget the units that it uses, but if it goes above 3, that's a pretty good sign that it's going to cause some biological harm. So I'm kind of obsessed right now. I'm walking around my house just kind of holding it close to everything, seeing if there's anything in my house that goes above a 3. Fortunately, none of my music players go above that level, and I'm pretty safe most of the time. But one thing that jacks it up, actually, it shoves it through the roof. It goes as high as 6. And so the red light goes all the way up to 6 and then stops. So I don't know how much higher it'd go, if it could go higher. But anytime I have it near my phone, if my phone is not in airplane mode, it goes up to a 6. And not only that, but when I hold it in my in my hand, right, and I test my body voltage is like, 0.2. As soon as I pick up my phone in the other hand, my body voltage goes above a 3. So not only does the phone itself put out a signal, but as soon as you grab it, it starts to use your entire body as an antenna. Isn't that scary?
I think it might have been an article that I read in The Guardian written by a cancer expert, a PhD expert, who said, all this kerfuffle about mobile phones giving you cancer, don't worry about it. It's all wrong. It's all pseudo-scientific nonsense, which kind of really...
I mean, maybe it doesn't give you cancer, even though I've seen some pretty compelling carcinogen studies.
Well, exactly.
Example, there's some studies in Europe, showing significant increase in tumor growth, but that's in the presence of an existing tumor.
Okay.
My concern is more mitochondrial function, right? We know that the human body is a battery. We know that cells operate on an electrochemical gradient. We know that the electron transport chain is driven by voltage. And anytime that you're pushing the body into that negative of an electrochemical gradient, because that's what that exposure to electricity does. It slightly decreases the electrochemical gradient, so it'll drop from its natural millivolt potential of, let's say, 60 down to 40, down to 20, et cetera. What happens is you actually disrupt cellular metabolism. And for me, I want my mitochondria to work as good as possible. And I know that if I'm just constantly standing around appliances, bombarding myself with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, holding my cell phone, I'm just changing the gradient of the body. And sure, you could go out and reverse that damage. I could go outside and as soon as I plant my feet on earth or grass, it can restore that electrochemical gradient back to where it was before, get it close. Pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, or PEMF, can have a similar effect. Sunlight combined with adequate minerals and really good, clean, pure water, even water that is what's called nanostructured water. It interacts with infrared and near infrared light to allow your body to kind of restore its battery potential. So there's all these things that you can do to reverse the damage. But I mean, for me personally, I don't really want a lot of that damage in the first place. So yeah, even if it doesn't cause cancer, it definitely disrupts cellular and mitochondrial function. If you're going to walk around with your phone in your pocket, et cetera, and not have it in airplane mode, or you have it on your body or in your coat or whatever, you can slip it into, it's very simple. You can get these little like Faraday cloth wraps that you can put your phone into, they're like a pouch. You could just go to Amazon, do a search for Faraday pouch. You can drop your phone into that. And even though it will disrupt the signal, and sometimes you might not receive phone calls as readily, it will still decrease a ton of the dirty electricity coming off the phone. So that's one way to do, is just put it in like a little portable Faraday pouch.